What is going on, everybody? And welcome in to an impromptu KellyCast video here. Of course, this is Dan Kelly, host of the KellyCast podcast, host of the Countdown to 2023, and a lot of other things going on around the channel. If you haven't seen the skits, the shorts that I've posted, the DeAndre Hopkins one, and then we did one with the Kansas City Chiefs, obviously winning 2 Super Bowls now, and Buffalo not being able to get one yet. If you haven't seen those, please click on those on the channel. If you're not keeping up with the Countdown to 2023, what are you doing? Please watch those. We are only, what are we at today? 36, I believe. 36 days away until the Bills' regular season opener. But today, I wanted to come on and give you guys my thoughts on training camp, because we haven't quite done that just yet. So based on the stories that have been coming out of camp, I just want to give you my thoughts. If you're curious, I've had people reach out wondering what I've been thinking, so that's why this video is being made. So let's start off with the CB2 position, which I believe is Dane Jackson versus Kaiir Elam. In my opinion, the reps should be going to Kaiir Elam, right? He was your first round pick. When you take somebody in the first round, right, it is a commitment to them as a football player. Now, if he's not learning and he's not doing well, in the playbook and using his reps in a way to make him better, then I'm more understanding, right? I'm more understanding of the decision to start a veteran like Dane Jackson. But I would also tell you, you know what you have in Dane Jackson. You know what he is. Yes, he's solid. He deserves a spot on this team. I understand that. But I don't know if he should be getting those second team reps. They need to be going to players who can still develop into something else. Even Christian Benford, the Buffalo Bills 6th round pick, who really, had a pretty big role last year. I want to see him more involved. I don't want to see Dane Jackson in the CB2 spot when the season starts. I'm just playing honest with you. Like I said, though, if there's problems with coaching, if there's problems with penalties and things that we don't hear of, I'm more understanding of that. But based on what I know right now, I would want Kaiir Elam to win that spot. Now, to switch gears to the offensive line, my buddy Kyle was like, Dan, the offensive line's a problem. The offensive line's a problem. It was day two of pads, okay? You're going to have, hills and valleys when it comes to practices, training camp, all those kinds of things. Some days the offense is going to win. Some days the defense is going to win. That's just how it goes. Am I concerned about the offensive line? Yes. In a word, yes. But there's a specific thing I'm concerned with, and that's the run game. Because Buffalo has had a non-existent running game for about the past 4 years, right? Josh is our running game. He's our leading rusher in most games. He's our leading passer. He's the guy. We obviously all know that. But when you want to win these games that are, close, tight-knit, fourth quarter, you're down by 7 or whatever, you don't want to score quickly. You want to be able to run the football. You want to be able to possess the football. So I am concerned for the running game a little bit. I'm interested to see what happens with right guard, with right tackle. I believe we have the left side set. It's going to be Deion Dawkins at left tackle. I'm assuming Connor McGovern is going to win the left guard job, center Mitch Morse. What happens at right guard and right tackle? If you're asking my opinion, I think it should be, I don't know where I'm at with Torrance and Bates. I don't know whether I want Torrance because he's a rookie or I want Bates. I think Bates had a bad last year, but the year before, in limited snaps, albeit, he performed really well. So I kind of want to see that battle go into preseason and see how they perform against other teams, not performing against the Bills' defensive line every day, right? If I had to pick one right now, I might lean towards Bates, to be honest with you, and I'm not sure where that's coming from. That's just my thoughts on it. And then at right tackle, they have a competition between, I believe it's David Quessenberry, and Brandon Shell, and Spencer Brown, who I think is going to win the job. I think it's going to be Spencer Brown. Again, another high draft pick from Buffalo that gave up, that's a big commitment. Once again, to take somebody in those first couple of rounds in the draft is a big commitment. Spencer Brown, a 3rd round pick. So I think it's going to be him. If not him, I would lead towards Quessenberry because of how he played last season. But I am concerned with the running game. When it comes to pass blocking, I believe in that offensive line. but in the run blocking, I understand. Regarding the wide receiver 3 position, I read that at the red and blue scrimmage that happened on Friday, that the snaps were going to Khalil Shakir and Trent Sherfield. Now, my question is, where is Deontay Hardy? Because I expected him to win the slot position. Now, I'm not saying that in a bad way, because I believe Khalil Shakir needs more snaps. From what we saw from him last year, every time he was on the field, he performed, whether that be in preseason, whether that be in regular season. When he was targeted, he performed. And Sherfield, Josh has said a lot of good things about Trent Sherfield, obviously coming over from Miami. But I'm very curious as to where that leaves Deontay Hardy. I think he's still going to make the team, obviously, maybe as a wide receiver 4, wide receiver 5. But it's very interesting to know that. The Bills' defensive line has been doing very well. That's been reported through camp so far. I don't know what that means, though, because you have Vaughn starting the season on PUP. Who is going to make the team here? Because you have a slew of players there. Is Shaq Lawson going to be the one that's cut? Epeneza's there. Basham's there. Obviously, Rousseau is going to start opposite side of Von Miller. You have Leonard Floyd. There's a lot of uncertainty for me at defensive end, but the most uncertain position on the team as of this moment, to me, is the middle linebacker position. Obviously, Tremaine Edmonds left in free agency to join the Chicago Bears on a $72 million 4-year contract. And I think Bills fans were okay to let Edmonds go, but now that he's gone, you're kind of realizing how important a good middle linebacker is. If you're asking me who I think is going to win the job, I think it's Tyrell Dodson. He's performed the most with the ones in training camp so far. I've seen him the most with the number 1 defense. I believe Terrell Bernard is not playing at the middle linebacker position. I think they said, was that Dorian Williams? I'll do some research on that before this video comes out and let you know whether that was, I think it's Dorian Williams playing the outside linebacker position. I'll fact check that and make sure it's correct for you guys. But these are just some of my thoughts going on around training camp. Around the league, there's been some news, such as Jonathan Taylor requesting a trade from the Indianapolis Colts. And man, the Colts to me are just such a silly franchise when it comes to their owner, Jim Irsay. If you guys don't follow me on Facebook or Twitter or wherever, I've been discussing this. And it's just the fact that he wants to make everything a public issue, right? Your running back wanted more money. You said no. He requests a trade. And then you come out saying, oh, if you die, then the NFL is going to move on. Yes, I understand it. It's a valid point. But is it a point that needs to be made? No, it's not. And then a report comes out that Jim Irsay, owner of the Indianapolis Colts, is paying $20 million to transport a whale from the ocean to somewhere else. What the heck is going on with that? I don't understand. There's more players gambling, on football, and really, obviously, that's going to affect their playing career and see what that means. Other than that, I haven't seen much going on around the league in terms of training camp, in terms of news. But as it comes my way, I will bring it to you. I want to thank you for watching this video. Again, this is just a quick little update. I haven't said a lot during training camp, so I want to make sure my thoughts are out there and you guys have them at the ready. I hope you learned along the way. I hope you laughed. Something, maybe it's me being silly, maybe it's the hat. I think it looks pretty cool. But I want to thank you once again, and I'll be seeing you soon. Dan Kelly at the KellyCast, and I'm signing off.